Kadiyadhro, Grand Canyon of India. Welcome to Kutch, a journey into one of India's most mesmerizing landscapes, located in the westernmost part of Gujarat. This region is renowned for its stunning beauty, rich biodiversity, and unique geological formations. Kutch isn't just a land of barren deserts. It's a vibrant tapestry of life, shaped by its resilient people and diverse ecosystem. But amid this beauty lies a geological marvel that stands as a testament to the forces of nature over millennia. The Kadiyadhro, located around 35 kilometers from Bhuj, the capital of the former significant state of Kutch. The Kadiyadhro is a geomorphological landscape of gorges, narrow valleys between hills with steep rocky walls and flowing water, enlightening millions of years of geological history. In the heart of Gujarat lies the extraordinary landscape of Kutch, renowned for its diverse geography, ancient Jurassic rock formations, expansive coastal plains, pristine white salty deserts, flourishing benign grasslands, and its pivotal role in the India's maritime economy.
Kadiyadhro is a hidden gem in the Kutch district of Gujarat. Kadiyadhro is also called Mamai Dev Kaliyadhro. It is a hidden gem where history, geology, and nature come together to create the Grand Canyon of India. As a librarian, I often find myself lost in books, but places like Kadiyadhro remind me of the stories nature tells us. This hill is not just a geographical marvel, but also a sacred site for the local communities, reflecting their deep spiritual connection with the land. In 2021, the New York Times highlighted Kadiyadhro as one of the must-visit places in the world. The name Kutch itself hints at its unique tortoise-shaped topography. In the year of 700 BC, the great scholar Panini had mentioned this landscape as a Kutch for the first time in his epic Ashtadhyayi.
This place has long been known to ancient civilizations, but it's now gaining attention for its significant economic, scientific, and innovative advancements. It serves as a vibrant hub for scientists, economists, traders, and scholars, functioning as a living natural laboratory where groundbreaking discoveries are made and ideas are nurtured. The Kutch landscape reveals millions of years of geological history of Kutch since the Jurassic period of the Mesozoic era, some 200 million years from now.
This spectacular bedrock topography of Kutch is carved by the water and make the magnificent gorges, narrow rocky river valleys, and enormous waterfalls. The rivers in Kutch are carving the rocky landscapes, hence are known as bedrock rivers. They are often influenced by the extreme climatic events like floods and unusual rains. One such river is Nirona River in central region of Kutch.
As monsoon comes, the infinite and desolate desert regions turn into a vast sea-like surface with near knee-deep water spanning from thousands of square kilometers, making a unique topography in the world. With the advent of summer, the water dries, and again the entire region puts on the silvery white blinds made up of pure crystals of salt. The landscape of Kutch is modified continuously, not only by the climatic events, but also by the internal energy represented as devastating earthquakes that visit here with certain time intervals and rejuvenate the topography of Kutch.
The ever-changing landscape is the result of thousands of earthquakes in the recent and distant past. The evidences of those earthquakes are preserved in the rocks of Kutch that always warns us against the nature's devastating actions.
In 1819, an earthquake created an 80-kilometer long tract of uplifted land forming a natural dam called Allah Band, Dam by God, with maximum height of 6.5 meter at its crest on the northern edge of the Run of Kutch.
The 1819 Allahabad earthquake has turned the white desert into a long barrier of uplifted tract of land that restricted the Himalayan river water flowing to the western Kutch, converting the fertile land into a vast saline plain, thrusting Kutch into a great economic setback.
How did the cracks and fault lines form in the landscape of Kutch? The cracks and fault lines in the landscape of Kutch were shaped by plate tectonics, which describes how the Earth's outer shell is divided into several large plates that interact at convergent, transform, and divergent boundaries.
These boundaries are where the plates either collide, slide past each other, or move apart. In the case of Kutch, the formation of fault lines and cracks can be attributed to the movements and interactions occurring at these plate boundaries over geological timescales.
Can you imagine what happened on that day, January 26, 2001? Sit down and brace yourself to relive the dark moments of Kutch at 8:46 a.m.
गुजरात के कच्छ में भूकंप के झटके
एक मलबे के ढेर में तब्दील हो गए।
The earthquake in India has made headlines around the world.
The 2001 Bhuj earthquake didn't drastically change the landscape, but it claimed nearly 13,000 lives and caused property damage worth billions. It also proved to be the most studied earthquake in the history of Indian earthquake science. Our great Prime Minister, who was the Chief Minister of Gujarat during that earthquake, paid special attention to the development of Kutch. On August 28, 2022, atop the historic Bhujiya Hill in Gujarat, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated Smriti 1, a memorial park and museum dedicated to the nearly 13,000 lives lost in the devastating 2001 Gujarat earthquake. Covering 170 acres of Bhujiyo Dungar, Smriti 1 symbolizes resilience and remembrance, blending serene landscapes with meaningful monuments. It serves not only as a place of mourning, but also as an educational and inspirational space, ensuring the legacy and lessons of earthquake are remembered by future generations. How were the gorge and kadiyadhro landscapes formed in Kutch? Today, we are here to explore the magnificent canyons and gorges of Kutch. The earthquake, while devastating to livelihoods, can also be seen as a gift to nature. These formations emerged as a result of the Himalayan uplift, a transformative process that lifted the region's rock alongside the majestic Himalayan range. This upliftment sculpted the rocky rivers, residual hills, and expansive depressed lands that define Kutch's landscape today.
The relentless flow of rivers, often labeled as bedrock rivers, plays a pivotal role in shaping these terrains. Their erosive forces carve through the rocky landscape, leaving behind the intricate patterns we witness.
As the Kadiyadhro rocky landscape of Kutch is carved by the flash floods and seasonal rainfalls, the bedrock rivers uncover beautiful rock layers of the Jurassic period with variegated colors and patterns. It imitates a miniature of the Grand Canyons of America. Probably because of this, the site has been recognized as one of the dearest tourist destinations in Kutch.
Again, the names of many locations in Kutch explains their geomorphic and geological history, so as Kadiyadhro. The name tells the distinct geomorphic processes that occurred along the rocky river of Nirona. Kadi means a unit of a chain and Dhro means a small pool of water along the course of the river. Such a Dhro is a lifeline of the animals and local people living in arid to semi-arid regions of Kutch, as throughout the year in harsh summer they only depend on such chains of Dhros, hence Kadiyadhro. The series of small pools of water along the bedrock river Nirona. Isn't it amazing etymology? The names of each landscape of Kutch contains inimitable story of their formation. I am standing on the 145 million years old Jurassic sandstone that formed when India was almost 3000 km away near the large island of Madagascar, and the Arabian Sea was not even opened up but existed as a narrow gulf. In such a geomorphic setup, this part was a transitional zone between a shallow sea and the large continental river systems of Indian landmass. Large animals like dinosaurs and other reptiles on the land and gigantic marine reptiles like Ichthyosaurus were dominating the Jurassic seas. The mighty rivers, while meeting to the narrow seas, made sandy deltas for millions of years ahead from the Jurassic period to the Cretaceous period to form the layers of these sandstone rocks. Because of their continuous exposures to the atmosphere of the past, the bounding material between the quartz and other mineral grains are mostly the iron oxides. Hence, we see shades of red and yellow colors in these rocks. The rocks which we just saw, these are the millions and millions of years old history. But the beautiful natural carving along the bedrock river at this place is not very old, not even a million years. Our scientific studies of its origin dates back almost 130 to 250,000 years only. This period is geologically known as late part of the Pleistocene epoch, when the early hominids were about to disseminate out from the African continent and started moving to Europe, Central Asia, to the China and India. They were hunters and living sporadically and temporarily in rock shelters. They discovered the techniques how to survive from the harsh winter to the glaciation events of 250,000 to 150,000 years. And ultimately, they spread their dominations over the other animals and made rock tools for hunting and other household activities. This period is known as the Paleolithic periods. While at about 70 to 40,000 years ago, early humans occupied the rocky rivers which we are now standing for their survival and dwellings. They probably occupied this Nirona river and the Kadiyadhro, where I am standing, because we on our field excursions have collected several stone tools of Microlithic period. It is indeed exciting to know the early humans were moving along Kadiyadhro for their survival. This carving takes almost 200,000 to 150,000 years to form its bedrock river. The beginning may be a small crack generated due to the tectonic activities, but in the later periods, the water erodes and expands the crack to form a wide river and narrow gorge, as well as the beautiful carvings of the bedrock canyon.
The spectacular sight of Kadiyadhro becomes more attractive and charismatic during the monsoon as the water flows through the steep rocky platforms, creating fabulous waterfalls. The surrounding deciduous forest becomes a lush green canopy of mesmerizing medicinal plants. The entire course of the river turns to be a garland of water pools that happen to be a lifeline of innumerable animals of the region. As the Nirona River makes its confluence to the Bunny grassland region, the large amount of sweet rainwater is stored as a reservoir, while the overflown water floods Bunny Plains and also the Great Run of Kutch. Later on, these seasonal water bodies evaporate their water, leaving behind the desolate desert of salt in the run. Having explored the science behind canyon formation, let's now focus on one of nature's most breathtaking creations, an initial version of a canyon, the Khari River Gorge. Gorges are geological marvels that embody the dynamic forces of nature. To understand their formation, we must delve into the intricate process that shape our planet's surface. This gorge, carved by the persistent flow of the Khari River, offers a glimpse into the early stages of canyon development. Over countless years, the river has chiseled away at the rock, gradually deepening and widening its path.
But rivers are not the only architects of gorges. Tectonic forces also leave their mark, shaping the Earth's crust and creating fractures and steep slopes. Rivers, flowing the path of least resistance, deepen and widen these fractures gradually, forming gorges. Tectonic activity, such as faulting or uplifting, can significantly influence the formation of gorges. This geological process creates the framework upon which rivers sculpt their masterpieces. As rivers extend their courses upstream through the process known as headward erosion, they lengthen the valley and steepen its sides, further enhancing the gorge formation. Rivers may also downcut into the bedrock, carving deeper channels as they flow. This further deepens the valley and enhances the gorge formation. The specific characteristics of a gorge, such as its depth, width, and shape, depend on factors like the type of rock, the rate of erosion, and the river's discharge and sediment load. As we marvel at the beauty of these natural wonders, let us remember that they are not merely landscapes, they are treatments to the enduring power and artistry of our planet's geological forces.
The many earthly variables worked together for thousands to millions of years after the canyon originated. And then the landscape changed from a gorge to something akin to kadiyadhro. In 2005, Chief Minister Shri Narendra Modi introduced the innovative dessert festival and Kutch Carnival, sparking a surge in the tourism sector that transformed the economic landscape of Kutch. In the past, Kutch was known for its unique handicrafts only, but now with a unique run festival and also the beach tourism. Tourism became a catalyst for change. The famous tagline, "Kutch nahi dekha to kuch nahi dekha," of Shri Amitabh Bachchan became the reality now. The 3 days run festival is now 4 months long festivities in winter season, catering to tourists from all over the world. This boosted the economy of small villages of Bunny grassland. During 2023 Ranotsav, efforts to promote Kadiyadhro as a nature attraction further enhanced the festival's attraction, symbolizing Kutch's remarkable journey from adversity to prosperity through tourism.
So we have come from Mumbai to Kadiyadhro just to visit and see the natural beauty of here. So it's a wonderful ride we came across. Before you reach at the spot, that's a very joyful ride which is very off-roading. You have a different experience of that off-roading, and then when you reach at the spot, it's totally mind-blowing. Like, you don't believe that this is spotted in India. Like, there are very much different colors and different sculpted, like naturally sculpted stones which is formed through waters. There are very much nature around, and there are crocodiles also. There is very much water ponds also, where you in Kutch basically you say there is no water, but over here you will find a lot of water, and during monsoon it's amazing, like a different beauty waterfall. So it's very much important to visit and see the natural beauty which belongs to Kutch, Gujarat. It's a wonderful.
As tourists immerse themselves in the lively ambience of the Ran Utsav and marvel at the captivating beauty of Kadiyadhro, they contribute to Kutch's enduring story of resilience and rejuvenation, solidifying its reputation as a top-tier tourist destination. As we conclude our journey through Kutch, from devastating earthquakes to vibrant festivals, from salt deserts to hidden wonders like Kadiyadhro. The contrasting tales remind us that resilience and wonder can emerge from the most unexpected places. Canyons are like silent journals of an area's history over thousands or even millions of years. By studying these exposed layers of rock, experts can learn about past climates, the types of organisms that once thrived here, and even predict how the canyon might change in the future. Kutch's diverse landscapes tell a story of transformation, resilience, and the continuous dance between nature's forces. Perhaps the best is yet to come in this ever-evolving canvas that we call Kutch.
बदले भले समाज चांद सूरज नी साखे सपनू सदा नूतन भारत नूरे हे नात जात ने भूली स्वागत करूं सौना मत नूरे जिरे करूं सौना मत नूरे।